Good morning, good morning. There is the opening bell. How is everybody doing today? We are set for the biggest day of the week by far, at least for now. We'll see if it plays out that way, but I know everyone's looking for some crazy movement to come through. We are in a crazy time. As I look at the market today, there's some pretty negative signs that I'm seeing heading into the FOMC event. Number one, critical resistance at 712 to 712.50. The SPY is rejecting there this morning. This is huge to see for the overall market. This is going to be important to see the SPY continue to reject at that range, and we are seeing it play out right now. Obviously, it's okay to try to be bullish today, but I think it's hard to do that without seeing a good move past here. Of course, you can always try to snipe something off of support, or there are a lot of strategies that you could still use to the upside, but you get the gist of it. Good morning. Lau, G-Dog, Hot Sauce, Xavier, KO, Mason, Masked Man, Toro, Jason, Suzuka Bob, Stroke Warrior, KNMSO, YouTube, Nikki, Ramirez, and all the lurkers out there. Appreciate ya. Ahmad, Bree. Wow, SPY still pointing lower. Opening candle, not looking good like we were talking about. Let's go ahead and zoom in just a little bit on the 5-minute. Want to see that low from yesterday, nice and clear, right around 709.30. Keep your eyes on that as some support. I do have some support at 710 here as well. And again, we're on like the opening candle, so kind of need to see how it shakes out for a minute. SoFi down to over 12% this morning. Whoa. SoFi earnings did not go the way a lot of people were hoping. There was a lot of earnings chatter I've seen in the Discord and even in the live chat here about SoFi. But today is going to be a crazy day. It's going to be crazy. After we see the earnings, and after we see Jerome Powell, typing all this out really quick. All right, I want to see what you guys think here. After we see earnings and after Powell / the FOMC event later, will the market pop or drop? Because we have a lot going on today. We're going to get Powell and the FOMC interest rate decision. The decision comes out at 2 p.m. Eastern. Powell speaks at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. I will have that live right here on the channel, so make sure to check it out. How'd you know, Jason? The tradition might be coming to an end. It might be the final time. And then we'll have Warsh. Kevin Warsh. Man, my mom, she always says she's going to go wash her clothes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom. Reminds me of this guy. Or this guy reminds me of my mom, I should say. I don't know yet, Jason. I hope that somebody makes one. I might have to just have one made. I don't know. The video kind of helped with that other one. Yeah, I will have Powell live later on today, so make sure you're here for that. Rocket Lab pulling back a little bit. Tesla not doing too much today already. Let's look at the Mag 7 lineup real fast. Ooh, Tesla is starting to, I don't know, pull back a bit more. Nvidia dropped off quite a bit from 213. Meta down 1% right now. Tesla's down over 1% too. This stuff is brutal. Brutal. So far, 16 votes in the poll. Not a ton, but markets will drop is leading the vote by far. Make sure to get your votes in. I'm curious what you think the market's going to do after all these crazy events today. Seems like a lot of people are more bearish than bullish going into this event. I don't blame you. Oh my gosh, Nikki. She says, tears for fears. That's hilarious. Really not a bad idea. Made $22.50 on your Visa. Big money trade. Awesome. Ticker symbol V. Earnings really popped that one back, didn't it? Great hold on support for Visa as well. Love it. They might have got in just a little bit early, but there was that big support down there that was holding up well. Very nice. We're not having Celsius today, Nikki, but I am actually having the green machine. The green machine smoothie. Green machine, it's like a, it's marketed to be like a healthier smoothie, but I don't know, some people say it's not very healthy, but it's like fruits and vegetables and junk like mixed up into one thing, and it's green like the color of like, I don't know, like green beans or something. It's weird. But it tastes really good. Palantir a bit bearish here today. Here, now I gotta pull up a picture of it because there's gonna be people going, what are you talking about? This is what it is. Right here. I love them. If you guys are into that type of stuff, try it out. It's really good. Does have a lot of sugar though, so keep that in mind. J. Powell forever, Joe Papa says. I bet Powell's probably about done, ready to be done at the Fed chair. It might not be a bad thing either. We were looking at that data that was showing Jerome Powell. His time at the Fed has not been as good as some of the others, like on Fed day. It's kind of funny. Like he initially gets a little pop going, like when he first starts talking, but then as we go into close, it like the market just goes down on Powell, and he ends up being the worst performing Fed chairman on the actual day of the event. Wow, come on, earnings. Couldn't they just happen now? How's CAR today? Ticker symbol CAR reported this morning. I almost forgot. Wow, they died off and then came back. Kind of a weird move there. Hell yeah. And by the way, for anybody that's joined up this morning, if you are in the trading floor, make sure you check out the Auto Trends channel this morning. There's been an update to the auto trends that we have on TradingView. Yes, we are making and developing our own TradingView indicators. We've already made a few, but this new one is very badass. Make sure you check out the video and the channel Auto Trends in the Discord. Mike made a video explaining exactly how to use it and things to look for and input on the software. And of course, there's a link in there to also give feedback. We want your feedback. Give us your feedback, please. We would love it. Here's a quick little sneak peek of the auto trends right now. We go over to SPY. Just downtrending a little bit today. Gives you some stop losses up at the top right. Plots the trend for you as well. Has a lot of different inputs for you too. You can change some things around, of course. But very badass. It's free for trading floor members, or, well, in addition to the trading floor right now, while it's in development, you guys get access to it first. If you wanted to join the trading floor, let me grab you a link really quick. If you did want to join the trading floor and get access to it right now, before, you know, it goes live, and give feedback and maybe be a part of the development, check out the link that I'm sending now. This is actually the second update to this indicator, and it just keeps getting better. It really does. Check it out. It's really cool. Tesla pulling back 372. Yeah, it's in Discord in the Auto Trends channel, Nikki. Arabuda said new sponsor, eh? Nope. Nope. 136 down here, Palantir. Watch for it to possibly break down. Not looking good today. Not looking good at all. Boeing, that's a pretty big Boeing pullback here down to 227. Not good to see. It is if you're a bear, though. Then it's good. How's Intel today? Probably pulling back. No, Intel, wow, really surprised me today. Wow, what a rip. Just broke out the new highs here. Damn, Intel still getting it done. Running up to 88.25. Sheesh. Oh yeah, the green machine's fire. MU recovering, Ricky said. Oh man, it was, Ricky. What the heck happened now? That was a quick turnaround. It was kind of stuck and now just started dying. You jinxed it. SPY breaking under 710, which is a good intraday support zone here. Watch for 709.30 under this. This is essentially the low of day from yesterday. 709.30 to like 709.50. Palantir still one that I'm watching for. No, touched that low of the day and bounced right back. Looking at the watch list here. Let's see, Coinbase at the moment. Big sell-off by Coin. Quantum. QUBT. What's that, D-Wave? Oh, Quantum Computing Inc. QBTS is D-Wave. Running lower, new low of the day for D-Wave actually just touched. There's just a lot going on today, so realize that it might be a bit tough to trade before some of these events, but for now, it does seem like that, you know, SPY's holding down very well under 712, 712.50. That's a great sign so far for the bears at the moment. Again, if we start to see that zone break, then I'll start to shift to the upside a bit more and become a bit more bullish in the immediate short term. Navitas, pretty bad move again. Navitas was down a ton yesterday. Just broke under 1480 to the downside once again. Not good. Not good, not good. Good for the momentum plays from last night, though. But not good for Navitas long-term holders or just bulls in general, but good opportunity down as that support broke. We can actually see Navitas, how strong the pullback has been starting to become. It's a pretty large one right now, and pretty clear that there's a larger pullback coming into play here rather than just a 1 or 2 day move. Yeah, KNMSO likes it. It is a really good, nice opening move there and drop. It played out very quickly, though, which can be good, but also bad. Some people like to hold things a lot longer than that, but Suzuka said, does the Discord mainly does it mainly consist of day trading info, or do y'all also talk about long-term investing plays? We really talk about anything, Suzuka. You know, like there's a premium trading floor chat that we call the SM chat, and essentially you can go in there and just say whatever you want, right? So like if you're looking at long-term stuff and you have a question, you can ask things about that, right? Of course, there's like big money trades and like options order flow. So you can like look at stuff like that for longer term plays. Or there's also the Theta Trades channel, which is a good long-term way to go. Now, granted, you might have to put some work in to learn how selling options works and doing Theta trades if you've never done it. But yeah, there's definitely some long-term opportunities in there, 100%. And there's also the Deep Value Club. If you're not keen or you don't know what the Deep Value Club is, it's literally just all long-term investing. It's a separate subscription, but check out the link I'm going to throw in the chat for the Deep Value Club. I think that you'll like this quite a bit, and it's only $30. I would just try it out for a month and see how you liked it. Gives you access to a ton of different tools and resources within the DVC, and Hunter makes a lot of these cool posts that he emails out to you and gives you some good long-term valuation metrics and ideas on longer-term plays. And there's actually a chat where you can go in and ask him anything you want about like a long-term play, maybe like an outlook or some help with that. But let's get back to the market. SPY bouncing around 709.80, 710, using it as support. It kind of broke down and faked out to the downside right there. We'll have to see if SPY can continue this this drop off or not. That's a pretty negative sign again, under 712.50, but it is now at support. So we're kind of stuck right between the QQQs, actually bouncing pretty well off of its low of the day, trying to mount a comeback. Nvidia, same deal, trying to hold this support here, but it doesn't look too hot. I'm not seeing anything great, but Google or Alphabet is up 0.3%. They report earnings tonight, though. Unfortunately, 4 of the Mag 7 report earnings tonight, and then Apple reports tomorrow. So pretty much all of them. Pretty much all of them are reporting over the next couple days, except for Tesla and Nvidia. Those are the only 2 outliers. Seems like Google and Amazon out of the Mag 7, though, have probably the better moves going on, and Meta also seems to be coming alive here, too. This might help SPY recover if these stocks can continue pushing like this. What's up with SoFi? Yeah, SoFi got hit on earnings a little bit today, didn't they? Moving down quite well. Over 10%, wasn't it? There we go. 12% now. Yeah, very large drop off. Make sure to vote up in the poll if you're just joining. 40 votes total. Let's get more than that today. Let's try to get 3,000. I'm just kidding. Look at this headline I'm seeing on CNBC here. $1 million gold bear emerges ahead of the Fed decision. In one of the most interesting macro trades of the day, someone sold upside call exposure in the SPDR Gold ETF GLD while simultaneously buying downside put exposure in a two-pronged trade that both brings in $1 million credit and creates the potential for big gains if GLD drops by at least 15% by mid-July. The trader sold 4,000 of the 450 strike GLD calls and then bought the 8,000 360 strike puts. As long as GLD stays below $450 by expiration, the trader is essentially getting paid to take a long shot bet on a big crash in gold. So it stays under 450. Let's go look at GLD. It's at 415. I kind of think gold's going to move lower. It's hard to say exactly, but I definitely lean down 100%. So I don't blame the trader for taking this one at all. This is actually a pretty fun situation here and a pretty good trade. But I will say what's strange about them reporting this or just having it on the main page is that, well, quite frankly, I mean, I look at gold and silver and options order flow like all the time. Like, here, I'll show you guys. Let's go see, like, you know, just today or yesterday, like what GLD trades we already see today. Like, here's one right here that's a $853,000 trade, and we're only, what, 30 minutes into open? You know, I'm not saying I see trades like that, like all the time, but, like, quite a bit. So, I don't know. It was strange that they ran with that one. Just that one there, but nonetheless, that's a pretty interesting trade. What do you guys think? Ooh, KNMSO says, well, I don't want gold to go down. Well, you know, the sad thing, KNMSO, is that gold doesn't care. And neither does the market. The one thing to remember with gold and silver is to be very careful, okay? Because it got too high too quickly. Let's go ahead and look at the gold price here. Look at 2011. Look at what happened with GLD. You know, it had these great couple of years, but then had like massive pullback. Ended up falling 46%, got cut in half. Now, right now, it fell 18%. If it were to get to what it did before, it would go down to like 265 on GLD. 265. But that might be pretty rare. I will say though, GLD, you just have to be really careful because we get this weird dynamic where buyers rush in and then they create this crazy environment, right? Kind of like what we saw on the way up. Like, that was amazing. But whenever that comes to an end, like, it really comes to an end. It doesn't usually just, you know, fizzle out and then just, like, I don't know, come back, like, and still have that craziness. Like, whenever we start to see, like, the true, like, bigger drops starting to come in, just like we did before, like 2011, you know, it's very similar, actually, to today's price action, too. Note how it's like this, watch how I'm going to draw this out from 2011 with gold. Note how it's kind of doing this. Now we go to today. And it's kind of doing. Will it get like that one up before we really go down? That's the $1 million question. When will we get that huge drop finally happening, right? But we'll see with time. We'll see. Obviously, every situation's different. It doesn't have to play out like 2011, but I've seen too many huge uptrends like this come to an end. Everyone hit the like button and support, Joe Papa said. Hey, appreciate that, Joe Papa. Everybody hit the like and subscribe. We will be live later for Jerome Powell's FOMC press conference and the interest rate decision. We will get it. Look at that drop. GLD already has pulled back a lot here in the short term. It was on a good ripper a couple of weeks ago, but gave it all back now again. How's silver looking? I haven't looked at them in a couple weeks, it feels like. Nothing too bad, really. One stock I was looking at into today was Big Bear AI, but that unfortunately turned around really hard here at open today. My word. Big Bear was on fire even in pre-market. And yesterday they were great. What the hell happened at open today? My gosh, that was a huge pullback. Damn. Let's check in on crude oil futures here. Up to 104.80. Wow. Up quite a bit right now. Well back above 100. Let's go look at it on TradingView really quickly on a daily. Oh yeah, roaring right back here. How's LNG or Shinari? Oh yeah, great move again. Love it. Awesome price action here. XLE. Let's go see Tesla here. TSLA 372.70. Broke the low of the day earlier and just immediately bounced back. We'll see what it can do here as it tries to shake out this move. Yeah, I'm liking LNG a lot in the short term, Shinari. 2.35%, weak correlation to the SPY. Big producer of liquefied natural gas. My gosh. Sorry, guys, I was drinking that smoothie. It was choking me. That stuff's thick. Yeah, great move, though. Xavier took profits on Visa. I'm calling it a day and celebrating the win. Thanks, Tom. Love it, Xavier. Let's go. I love to hear that. Great job, Visa. Nice comeback today after earnings. Yeah, beautiful pop. That was a big gap up, too. I don't blame you for taking profits today. Probably great timing. Because we might get some chop following that big of an up. That big of a gap. That was crazy. Everybody wants to come back later when J Powell is on to see the video one more time. It will be the final one probably, unless something strange happens. So yeah, make sure you're coming back here, guys. Don't forget. I'll be posting it up in the Discord, I should say, for sure. We'll definitely be posting it up there. Love it, man. I immediately buy a hood and it tanks 1%. Did you buy it following the earnings? Yeah. I was going to say. I see what you mean. It's a tough day to buy Robinhood. You know, it's down a lot. I know sometimes these stocks like to mount little recoveries back up, but they don't always. Xavier took profits on Visa, calling it a day, celebrating the win. Oh, that was earlier. Oops. Still awesome, though. 210 coming into play on NVIDIA right now. NVIDIA continues to actually look very weak today. Little trend of lower highs happening on an intraday basis. The lows keep giving out. Granted, not by a lot, but they are giving out. Looking a bit bearish today. AMD, same deal. Bearish again. AMD bounced up a lot yesterday. And they're hitting off resistance. Now they're back under it. I think this is a great sign. I would love to see 310 break down over the next couple days and catch that move down towards 300. That would be a fun like little breakdown to catch. If you're watching for that over the next few days, you could form a good plan and potentially catch it whenever it does happen. Maybe set up an alert. I just threw one at 310. I don't know how I put it perfectly at 310 there, just randomly clicking, but if I tried that, I could never get it. It would always be off by a couple cents. Oh, you did a wash sale? It's not that big a deal, is it? That's funny, though. People normally never bring that up on here, YouTube. That's hilarious. No taxes for you. Or I should say no tax savings for you. AMD running down 319. Keep watching that low of the day. I know it's not 310, but we could see a good drop even towards 310 at some point here. SPY's been bouncing off 710 and is now, up quite a bit on the recovery. Really not too bad. Not too bad at all right now. You know what I've been eyeing up again in the short term is some of these software companies like Adobe or Oracle, which took a big hit yesterday. These companies have been pulling back a bit more again in the short term, and they're getting closer to their recent lows. Now, I'm not saying that they have to stop and recover here, but it's getting to those prices where you could possibly look to average in again. Maybe start a position if you've been looking to. Again, now it's software, right? There's been a lot of negativity with a lot of these, so I wouldn't necessarily just jump all in or anything like that, but looking good. Now that's a pullback for Oracle, 1.6%. Today, nothing too bad today, but is down slightly. Now Poet is down 10% again. Poet had that massive drop into this week. That was what was that, guys? Like a 60% and a 40% pullback in one day? It was wild. Let me get the percentage, actually, of what that was, because that was... Oh, what? It ended up hitting 50% that day. 50%. I knew it was close. Pony AI down to 8.76% today. Pretty big pullback. A lot of these stocks are down quite hard. Some of them didn't have earnings, some did, so a bit mixed on the earnings side, but like Firefly Mobile's down. Red Cat is down a lot. Red Cat actually just made lows going all the way back to the beginning of January. That's a bad move to see for Red Cat. You guys in these 7-Eleven posts, I swear to God. Watch the lower trend line. That's what you have marked on our cat? Really? You're looking at the trend line all the way down here? Well, there was this. Oh, hang on. There was this one right there. And then there's also this one. Essentially like that. Let's, there you go. We'll just say like that. I don't know. Close enough, right? You get it. Trend of higher lows. That has been holding up, but we'll see what happens on this test. This test is looking a bit scary. Hot Sauce says, our cat looks like a bullish pullback. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, too. I'm looking at a pullback as well. Yeah, 9.8 range is the first one that you're watching for. Yeah, I like that. I like that. 9.8 to $10, somewhere around there. It's a pretty good range. Yeah, I like the trend that you're looking at. That's a pretty good one to eye up. Ondus, another drone company, looks pretty damn bearish. I might have to look at some put options here on some of these. These are looking enticing to the downside. DoorDash. Let's see Tilray here. TLRY moving down to $6.14. Wow, Tilray really dying off. It might make new recent lows here. Oh, no. The recent low was down at like 350. Never mind. Well, it'll make new lows in the short term anyways. ARM might rebound, YouTube said. ARM. I hope that it rebounds for like 2 days and then dies. That'll be what what I'm looking for here. Maybe see like a just kind of a rudimentary drawing, but moving up well though today, back recovering. It dropped off early on, but bounced quite well. How about Tesla? Just kind of waiting on Tesla to fall off more. Go back to SPY, see how it's recovering. Still doing pretty well right now. See if it gets up to like 712, 712.50, 713, up to our range. That would be nice to see, but I don't know. I'd rather see a pullback and 710 ultimately break down, but we're probably going to see a little chop today. You know, don't forget, we have the FOMC event coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern and then 2:30 p.m. Eastern time as well. And then also, big earnings tonight. How's the market going to move? Vote up in the poll, actually. The poll now has 59 votes. Thanks for voting up if you've joined. Markets will drop is winning with 53% of the vote. That's a pretty big one. That is a pretty large percentage, I'll say. ARM. How about AMD? AMD rebounded very strong. Is Intel still up? Wow, Intel pushed through $90 today. This is nuts. Wow, that is just, it's looking wild now. That is nuts. I still can't believe that breakout like that. I guess I can, you know, it's a tech player, but everybody was complaining about Intel when it was at like $20, $25. You know, it was going bankrupt and all these big deals. SMCI down, not looking good. I think it will continue dropping, Ahmad said. Damn, 5%. It's definitely a good turnover today. And the good thing that you're looking at, and the thing that I really like with SMCI, is look at this resistance here and just how strong it is. This was a huge previous support, right around $29.30 to $30. That is a massive zone. And it's literally rejecting off of it right in the short term again. Now, it did fall already a little bit, but from where it is now, even if it pulled back slightly, I would still think that there's a good shot that it continues lower from that point. Let me see if I can do this really quick. Hang on, that's not what I wanted. Was this? It's like not working for me. Hang on. I was say we're looking for like a drop like this, not necessarily something that comes down and breaks the low, but we are kind of looking for something like highlighted in blue there. Ooh, Peru said they bought it 18 to 19 when I could. Put a smiley face, boom. I'm sure you're talking about Intel, right? Or were you talking about SMCI? Go back to AMD, Advanced Money Dispenser. By the way, for those of you just now joining up, we have the FOMC interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and Powell will speak. I will be live for that today. Don't forget, mark it down on your calendars. I will have it live. We'll do it live. For those of you that have seen the old Fox News memes, that was hilarious. There's AMD roaring back. I can't believe it's coming back so strong, up to 330 plus here like it's nothing. Let's go see Bank of America, BAC. Bouncing off of 52 up to like 52.50. $53 coming up as well. How about how's SPY looking? 712's about to touch. Watch resistance close. SPY could get very choppy. Look at how it chopped in this exact zone yesterday. As it gets close to here, it's probably not the worst idea to try and take a put at resistance. If it rips right through there, it'll be okay, but... Vintage said, especially when we lose money. What was that from? Let's see that resistance touch. Bill O'Reilly. Oh, yeah. You know it, Ramirez. Peru said Intel. I know, it just is never ending, is it? 92. It might literally hit $100 here soon. It's going nuts. I almost can't believe it. All right, Spy. Watch 712.50, 713. Watch that zone. It's getting very close. If the market does rip through there, that would be pretty interesting. Especially into the FOMC event and the earnings later. The earnings later are really going to be where my big worry comes into play. We do not want to see that. U.S. net imports of crude oil fell into negative territory in the latest week, the lowest on record. Wow. Those are two pretty big statements there. All right. Sorry about that. Whole market is bouncing, so why am I still down tens of thousands? Thanks a lot, SoFi. Looking at SoFi. Oh, man. That sucks that SoFi hit you that bad. Man, SPY rejected pretty hard there as it got close to 712.50. It might not be the high of the day or anything like that, but continue watching this zone. Good time to sell SoFi cash secure puts, Nikki said. You know what, Nikki? That's a pretty good idea coming up here soon. if you're somebody that really wants to own SoFi for the long term, you know, looking at cash secured puts coming up is not a bad way to go. You might want to be patient. Like, let's say that you want to get, let's say, I don't know a good number to throw out there, but let's just say that you randomly wanted 500 shares, right? That would allow you to do 5 cash secured puts. You might be able to do one of them at 15. Maybe you do another one at 13, another one at 12, another one at 11, and another one at 10, you know, or something like that. And you see how it goes. And then, you know, once it plays out, you know, if you get assigned a couple, good. If you don't on a couple, good. You take the premium and you run. But just, you know, just be happy with the point in which that you're looking at. Just be happy with it. What a wild, wild morning again. I can't believe that we're seeing like the SPY stay in this little zone. You know, of course, it's just staying very choppy for us, unfortunately. Not my favorite PA the past couple days, I'll say. The only good thing is that, you know, you can try and snipe the SPY like off of the resistance zone. That's the one good thing about it, is that there's a clear zone that reacts. So if you're somebody planning it out and you're waiting for SPY to get into these zones for entry, that's not the worst way to go. Now, of course, eventually, whenever the SPY decides that it wants to break the zone, you're kind of screwed on that trade. But until it breaks, as long as it's consistent, you're in like a good position, at least for the continued play out of that pattern. Let's see this poll action here. 68 total votes now. 53% of you said the markets will drop. Wow. That's a pretty big vote. That is a pretty big vote there. Visa's just going so wild, man. What a wild big money trade. 9.26%. Popped up again here, up to 340. It's insane. Such a good move following earnings. It was an interesting spread trade taken too on the 14th. Sniped it pretty low to the bottom. Pretty damn low. Yesterday's big money trade, TME was yesterday, right? Okay, yeah, it was. I had to triple check. I knew it was like one of the last couple. But 10 cent is one that's really catching my eye here as well. These 7 strike call options, which are in the money, which is a great sign. They expire all the way in January. It's not like it looks like 10 cents, you know, like around support. It might go a bit lower in the short term, but it seems like it's holding its ground very well right now. My vote is drop, Mohammed. My vote is drop. I'm not saying crash or anything, but just I don't really see it going super well. Could always happen. You never know, though. Nikki said, this morning's been so wild, I had to open a tropical vibe Celsius to ameliorate my nerves. What? I'm learning new words out here today. Tropical vibe Celsius, though. Yeah, that sounds great. I'll take one of those myself, if we had it. Wow, SPY still rejecting off that resistance there so far. Not bad. Already pulled back like 60 cents since it got into the range. SoFi earnings weren't bad. They matched EPS, beat on revenue, and left guidance the same, Wes said. They matched EPS, beat on revenue, and left guidance the same. I wonder what the big drawback was to it then. I have not done a deep dive into SoFi's earnings at all. Let's see what the reasoning is here. They issued Q2 guidance. Revenue below estimates. That's not good. Their full year revenue and APS look good though for 2026. It just looks like that their Q2 guidance on revenue was the main blow there. They're looking at the Q2 revenue to be $1.110 billion versus a $1.129 billion estimate. So really not that much under. Yeah, it's not that bad. I don't know if they said something at the call that might have been the big deal there, but definitely that. Jake said they lost a big customer. Wes said tech on SoFi. It's down 13.4% though. Sheesh. It's quite the earnings drop. A lot of the Mag 7 looks a bit weak intraday, as SPY's still rejecting off of resistance. Not looking good. Not one bit. All right, let's go back to the watch list really quickly. Eye up some of these stocks that are positive today. Look at FCEL up 16%, starting to roar back to life. That's a good sign. Did they have some news or are they just moving? Fuel cell, data power. Wow, there we go. Moving higher as investors rotated into higher beta clean energy names tied to the data center power demand. Fuel cells energy push is coming with the stock trading just below a 52-week high of essentially $12. Attention spilling over from Bloom Energy after it expanded a partnership with Oracle. There we go. Fuel Cell Energy. That was a big money trade recently, though, on Fuel Cell. Out to July 17th, the 13 strike calls. I know a lot of people took profits on that like the very next day. But if you didn't, it's starting to come back. And we could start to see a bigger jump and move here. Starbucks is up what? What the hell? Starbucks is up 9% today. Whoa. That's not good. Not good at all. J-Bass said, hello there. Wanted levels on next. NEXT. I still cannot believe this amazing move here by Starbucks, so that is really good. GD, did they have earnings? Yeah, they did. I almost thought Starbucks had earnings for a second with how they were moving. Kind of nuts. Wow, Starbucks. Boom. What a rip. It's up there with Visa. SanDisk is up a lot ahead of earnings. Another 9% move for SanDisk today, hitting new all-time highs. I'm surprised that these chip players haven't been pushing the SPY up, but Nvidia hasn't really been getting like the price action that I would expect with SanDisk and all the others doing well. Hell, even AMD's up, Intel's up. It really just seems like Nvidia is like lagging though. Intel's now up 10% on the day. Holy shit. Pushing past 93. We were looking at it before it even touched like 89 earlier. This is getting absolutely wild at the moment. Well, guys, we decided on the car. For those of you that were keeping along with that from yesterday, we decided on the car. We're getting a GMC Yukon Denali XL. A GMC Yukon XL Denali is what we're getting. Used, of course, but had to get something big. She refused any minivan, so sorry to all of my Sienna lovers out there. Yeah, I might just have to live in it, Nikki. We're gonna start streaming from the car. All right, let's end the poll today. 70 votes. 70 votes. What do we have? Markets will drop. Wins at 51%. Markets will pop. Wins at 30%. Or sorry, doesn't win. Comes in second at 30%. And markets will stay flat as third at 19%. So dropping wins the poll today. 51% of you voted that way. I'm going to go run the poll back up in the Discord. So if you didn't vote, or let's say you voted the wrong way or something like that, go re-vote. We're going to do another vote in the Discord. All right, here we go. I'm going to throw it out there. Post it up. Boom. Let's see what you guys think. Go re-vote in the poll. Let's get a lot of votes going. Would you buy puts during Powell's speech or just before? How far out would you buy? You know, it just depends, really. I mean, if you're looking for a multi-day move, you're going to need to buy a couple weeks, maybe a month out. But if you're looking just to trade like the initial move and then sell fast, I would probably go with, if you're looking to trade the initial move and sell fast, I would probably go with something that's expiring like this Friday. If not, something early next week. And usually when Powell starts speaking, we see a bit of a pop up, but then a fade lower. Let me see if I can find this from yesterday. We were looking at this. Here it is. Here it is. So this shows you what's going on essentially on Powell / FOMC days. And what we can see is Powell is right here in the blue line, the dark blue line, I should say. Sorry, the dark blue line. So I'm going to kind of like circle or highlight like what Powell's does over this time. I hope that helps like highlight it a bit. Note how, like I said, as we get into the middle part of the event, we see it pop up, right? We see Powell, the dark line, popping higher. But then as we start to go forward, it starts to die off. And we get like later and later and later there. So in the market close, we start to see a dip. It looks like it lines up more specifically with like 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. Eastern or 15:30 Eastern, it seems like. So maybe like right around that time if you were just going off of this data here. But that's not really the smartest thing to do. It's not necessarily smart to just go in and at 15:30, no matter what, I'm buying puts. You know, that might not be smart. Like, let's say that, you know, the market is exploding, right? Like, let's just say out of nowhere, like, I mean, it's like really going, you know, then we might see something where it just rises that time. This is like Powell. It's going to be Powell's like 63rd FOMC press conference. 63rd, guys. We've heard from this man 63 times at these. Isn't that insane? I mean, I guess I figured it would be a lot, but like that's a lot more than I really realized that I've heard from JP. 63. But like, let's say the market's like flat, like after the decision, and then Powell starts speaking, I would not be surprised to see markets move down a bit and kind of Powell continue to play out as like the worst performing Fed chair on the day. All right, Spy. What an interesting hit off of that resistance, though. Seriously, like 712, 712.50. Big hit there. So would you buy puts during Powell's speech or just before? I like that question. You know, that was actually a pretty good one because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking to do that today. Just be wary. You know, it's a very volatile time where we actually see lots of swings. I will say I appreciate everybody joining up this morning, especially the lurkers out there, or even the lurkers out there. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here, supporting the channel. As always, I will be live again for Jerome Powell later on. I know I keep saying that, but, you know, new people join in and rotate through. So if you didn't hear it earlier, we'll be live right around 2 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you check the Discord. I'll be sending out some links in there. Other than that, though, let's have a great rest of our day. We are going to call the stream right around here today. SPY ended up playing out perfectly off of our range. Where's those put players at? Somebody had to have played puts out there off of this range. I know. Someone out there watching had to have. It was too simple. 712 to 712.50, 713. Big zone. Continues to play out again. Very consistent. I hit the top but sold out because I'm weak. What? That's okay, Spicy. It sounds like you took some profits. That's good. Cookie Vintage. He said, juicy, sir. You had me laughing there. That's funny. I like it. I like it, Spicy. Masked Man says, deuces, love it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it there. I hope everybody had a great rest of the day. I will talk to you later. See you guys. Bye-bye.